Hey guys, today we're going to do a beer can desalination. Whatever. We're going to turn salt water into fresh water. You need at least a 6-pack of cans or 4 tallies. You can do it with 4 shorties, but the tallies are going to work better for what we're wanting to do here. So let me, you can choose whatever flavor you like. That's entirely up to you, but I got to do something about, I got to get the beer out of these cans. And I'll come back and we'll talk about what we're doing, and we'll show it to us. We'll see how much water we can get, how long it'll take us. Let me take care of these guys. I'll come back, pause it, we'll turn you on, and we'll get started. All right, we got the beers out of those cans. So let's see what we're gonna do here, okay? I'm gonna put it together, get it going, and I'll go over the steps on how to build it. Went down to the beach, got some fresh seawater here. You want to be careful not to put too much, okay? We're gonna start out with not a whole lot. Build it up to maybe just above the barcode there. All right. The reason you don't want to go with too much is it'll boil up and then it'll get into your straw here, and then you end up with salt water into your catch container. So what I've done was I've creased it, I've pinched it, I've creased it, so we'll get it to fit down inside of here. Like so. We've got our hobo stove here nice and hot already. Put it in there at a slight angle. Position our tube. It's a little breezy today, so hopefully that doesn't, it's going to make it hard to catch water, but we're going to do it. Alright, let that start heating up, and we'll talk about how we built it. Okay, so we got 4 cans. We take one, we cut the top off of one, throw it away. We cut the bottom off of another one, and that forms our container, our extra tall beer can. Okay, and we have it so it pulls apart so you can add water. This is a process. So we get rid of the tops and the bottoms. That's 2 cans. The third can, what we do is we take it, we rip the tab off of it so it's got a nice, somewhat of a good seal there. We pinch it so it'll fit down inside of the other can. Then we take the tops and cut the tops and the bottom off of one can. We get this piece of sheet here, cut it down the middle, and you'll end up with 2 tubes. You only need one, but you got another one for backup just in case. So we roll that up. Like I said, I only use about half of this, cut it in half. Otherwise it gets too bulky. But essentially it fits down inside here. You tilt it to the side, it makes a nice good seal. And that comes out of the top, and it goes into this, it's kind of like a muffler. It's basically a big heat sink. As the water boils, the steam travels up here, it hits this guy, and it starts to cool down. When it cools down, it recondenses into water. The way I built this was I've got a exhaust out the top, a small hole at the bottom. I've put a nipple on it so that I can control where the water drips. Okay, it's pretty simple. 2 keys. First off, you have to have this at an angle like so it'll drip. The water, steam can come up here and the water will condensate at the bottom and drip into your cup. The 4th can, you probably just need to cut off the bottom and use that as your catch cup. Alright. You don't want to add too much water or it'll boil up, hit your tube, and then you'll get salt infiltration. So you just want to have the water down at a low enough level to where it has space to steam, catch your steam, capture it here, let it cool, and it's going to drip. If you're out there and you can't get a good seal and you're losing a lot of steam from here, what you can do is you can take some green vegetation and stuff it in these holes. The key is you want to catch your steam. If you can catch your steam, you can get fresh water. So I'm going to pause this, let this thing come up to temperature, let it start heating up. It shouldn't be long. Like I said, I put about that much of a that much water, seawater, into the beer can here. I don't know that we'll get that much out of it. I like to try to keep these videos under 10 minutes. I'm going to do my best. Thanks for hanging with me. We'll let this thing come up. We'll check in it periodically. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes so I'm not going to have a whole lot of footage of sitting here watching it drip, but I'm going to get some footage so you can see it what kind of rate it starts going there. I'm going to look at the clock. We're going to time it and see how much we can get. All right? Hang tight. We'll check back in on it. Thank you. Alright, we're about 5 minutes in. I see we're chugging along here. Starting to get some drips. We got the steam's coming out through here periodically. This water's boiling. I can hear it in there tumbling. So we're starting to get some water. We'll check back here in a little bit. Thanks for hanging in there. We'll pause it and we'll get right back. Alright, we're chugging along. I'm noticing we're losing a little bit of steam here, so I've got me a piece of green vegetation, just an old leaf. We'll take it and stuff it in around some of these openings. Better trap our steam. Alright. We'll let it keep going and see if we get some fresh water. We'll check back in a few. Alright, it's been about an hour. See, we're chugging along here. Alright, there's a couple things I want you to remember here. Essentially, you're making a tall can, you're catching your steam with a tube. Lay it in there sideways, you'll see, it fits in there kind of nice. And then you're making a heat sink, basically. It's just like a big muffler, okay? Just letting the steam come in, cool off, exit, and the stuff that condensate drips out the bottom. I've got a teat to help direct it to my cup here. A wider glass will make it easier, but let's see what we got. Let's try to keep this video under 10 minutes. Still plugging along. Let's do this. Oh yeah. It's a good bit of water there. This is 1.65 ounces. Fresh water from Seawater, Beer Can Distillery. Let's give it a taste. Delicious. Thanks for checking it out.